I want to hear more about your upbringing first. One thing I noticed, I really like your record Taggers that you got.
Yeah.
And for me, like I'm a little bit older than you. I'm 41 years old, and grew up in West Los, born and raised, and my era
Like
was
whereabouts?
like near in like Baldwin Hills, Culver City area, and all that
Okay.
Palms, all through there. Yeah, yeah.
That my dad lived out in Culver City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I grew up right outside of it, like in that whole little West Los area. It's
Oh,
just like where, yeah, you feel
that's
me,
what's
born
up.
and
That's
raised
what's up.
out there, and my generation, it was tag banging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in tag, and like we started out just being taggers, and then at a certain point, tagging on the wrong walls, and you feel me, in people's barrios, and they start pressing you and all
Yeah.
that, and gang politics, and then fools wind up having to, turn it into more than just graffiti, and it
Yeah.
becomes
Yeah. For sure.
so I know exactly what you're talking about with that, and that song resonated a lot with me. So did you encounter? And when I grew up in LA, it was very racially divided, and there was a lot of like racism. It's right on the heels of the LA riots, the Rodney King verdict, and all that. So like, did you hear like straight up like racial slurs said to you about like from your own people, essentially?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, yeah. I had a lot. I went through a lot of stuff like that, and it was like since when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't really understand it until I got older, and I was like, damn, that time that shit happened, they were talking about that, but I didn't understand at the time. But yeah, I definitely went through a lot of shit like that. From even like as an adult, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be in different neighborhoods and I'm 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 very like I feel good like being around raza, bro. Even
Mm-hmm.
being me, you know what I'm saying? Like always, bro. Like you will always catch me where there's nothing but raza, and I'm just, hey, con permiso, hey, pásame esto. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
everyone's like, what the fuck, bro? He good, bro. Like they'll start looking around, like, hey, he good. And I think like that
It's like
shit.
this fool's a Mexican Tupac out here. What's going on?
Yeah, bro. Like that shit's it's a trip. But I would always like. There was times that I'll be in certain barrios, bro, and they'll just, hey, F and we wooty woo woo, and I'll be like, oh man, like, bro, when they flip around, like I'll be like Wahina sometimes, and they'll be like,
Right.
we gotta go. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, don't trip. I just look. It's a long story. The homies will pull up, and I'll be like, I'll walk up to the car, and it'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? They'll
Right.
be like, oh shit, Spencer, bro. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And then the hyenas will be, hey, you good? Damn, bro, that's cool. So I can walk around with you and shit, bro. Like it's a trip, bro. Like when shit like that will happen, like the result of it. But sometimes it'll result negatively. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be days that I'll be in a bad mood, bro, or these fools don't really talk, bro. They're just like, oh, there's a black dude. You know what I'm saying? And they just jump out and start taking off, and you just gotta take off, bro. Like you can't be like, hey, Rasta fool, like, you know what I'm saying? You
They
just
ain't
got,
trying to hear that.
yeah, bro.
When
You know what
it's
I'm
up, it's
saying?
up.
Yeah. So, I definitely went through a lot of shit like that growing up, bro.
That's crazy. Also, like at that age, that's when a lot of things become like defined as far as like if you're obviously when you go inside, then you really have to make that decision. But growing up in LA, there's people of all races that associate with gangs outside their race. You know what I mean? Like I know white Crips, I know white
Oh
Bloods,
yeah.
I know Mexicans from Black Hoods, of all varieties, and I know white Southsiders, white people from Mexican hoods, from barrios, and I know even black fools from that are like I've heard crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
I've heard black fools from Mexican hoods that have beef where it'll be like that hood has beef with all black gangs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've heard them say racist shit about black people, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but they're like but they're black, but they're from a Mexican hood and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like
I've
is
heard shit like that too.
it gets real confusing at a certain point, but I guess it's like who you grow up around, right?
Yeah. It's definitely that. It's definitely your mindset as well, bro. Like I feel like me, the way I was raised, it was with my headphones, dog. So like I was very strong when I walked outside. Like I wasn't, even as a child, I wasn't easily manipulated, bro. Like I was, if
Mm-hmm.
anything, manipulating shit because I had to make it home today, and everybody don't like me. So I think Shit, let's get back. What was the question, bro?
Yeah, no, no.
What's up, bro?
So basically, like, look, if there's certain hoods, right? Like, let's say
Oh
there's
yeah. So I think like people, Spencer. I
you
think
good?
people do that because like their upbringing, bro. Like I've met people like that, even in prison or even in the streets, bro. Like they've said that, like, hey, them, and I'm like, dang, bro.
Right.
But your mom and dad are black, bro. Like you're not even mixed like me, bro. Like,
Right.
and it's because a lot of the times like mom and dad could be absent, bro, you know what I'm saying? And they need that, or they don't have that guidance or that strength or that knowledge, like, hey, you're supposed to do this or do that. So they just hear some shit like that, and then they one time say it, and the homies is like, that's right, bro. And then they want to say it again because, you know, the homies
They're
is
getting
like,
that positive
"That's right."
affirmation. And it's also a little bit of self-loathing, like you said, too,
Exactly.
because
And you feel apart, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of mental shit, bro, that like plays into things like that, you know, and
that's
that's crazy.
crazy.
But I've even spoke to homies, bro, and I'll try to be like, bro, but nah, you shouldn't think like that, G. And you know what I'm saying? I've got through to some homies, bro. You know, they'll even clown about it, like, I don't even care, bro. You know, it's just what do woo. But yeah, I've heard some crazy shit. I'll be like, damn, I don't understand it, but I think it's along those lines, you know.
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K. Yeah.